So one of the really fun parts about Dot & Company is that we actually work with people all over the world. And it's not just agency owners. A lot of our CAMs are international because we're in the East Coast of Canada, which is not only a very strange time zone, but pretty small compared to other parts of the world. We needed to have people in different time zones just to facilitate how quickly we're growing. And a huge part of having different people all over the world is making them feel like a team. So at Dot & Company, we really put a lot of work into creating a culture and a really fun environment. The job speaks for itself, but we also want to make sure everybody has a good time while they're working remotely and internationally. So This is how we do that.
Welcome to the Happy Clients Podcast, brought to you by Dot & Company. Whether you're a virtual assistant, an agency owner, or a client-facing account manager, we all deal with clients. Lucky for you, client management is what we do best. Now, let's dig in, chat cam life, and have some fun along the way. Cheers to happy clients.
So when I left my corporate job, I was searching for something that was basically the exact opposite of a cubicle. Mm-hmm. So when we started to grow a team here at Dot, that was kind of the backbone of what we were doing. We work remotely, we work in different time zones, so it's not 9 to 5. And we really wanted to make sure that it didn't feel corporate. So we tell our employees, we want you to go get your hair done in the middle of the day if it fits your schedule. We want you to go to a yoga class, and we want you to tell us, because we don't want you to ever feel like you have to book a vacation day or not live your life throughout your day. So something that we've started with and still is true today as we grow is that it is not a corporate environment. And it also speaks to the types of agencies we work with, because we're all remote, they're remote, the vibes are kind of on the same page. So I think it all just comes together into this really cool culture of remote life, working, living your life at the same time.
Yeah, because we position this as flexible work-life balance, right? So sometimes when people are working on their own independently, they need something that kind of just is water cooler talk, or is a happy hour, or something that we can kind of offer as a group. But also those kind of key points that you were talking to, Taylor, like a yoga class, really gives people a sense of not only trust, but it's empowering. I'm making my own schedule. I'm doing best of both worlds, right? So it is nice to have that option. It's not that you're working less or you're working inefficiently. It's that you can manage your time and you have the flexibility to go take a yoga class and not start your work till 9:30. That's fine. If you don't have any meetings or, it works for your schedule, we're happy to support that, and we want that to happen. So it is fun to empower our client account managers that way. And also you and I, Taylor, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think the reason that we're able to have this culture of remote, flexible lifestyle is because we have a baseline of trust, and we're only hiring people who we legitimately trust to get their work done and do a good job. So the reason that we can have these flexible schedules is because we trust and we don't need to micromanage people. And I think, Katie, you do a really good job as the manager, overseer of all the team, is that you're there for them and they know that you're there, but you're not holding their hand every day. And I think that balance really gives kind of this culture of freedom meets support.
And that's when we first kind of start working with a CAM, or maybe are interested in working with a CAM, we always look for this entrepreneurial spirit, but that's part of it, right? You have to really be the owner of your day-to-day. And I can't go to Australia and check up on you every day or look over your shoulder. So it's a lot on us, but also these like really great people we're bringing in. So sometimes it's not hard to all get together on a happy hour because we all want to be there and we all want to talk together. But then there's also this whole other part of a client account manager's life that is really, they can own, and they can work their magic. They don't need to take days off to go to the hospital or the doctor. Just work around it. And that's a really great sort of best practice to have, for sure. Now, we're not saying cams go out every day and take yoga classes.
No, but some tips and tricks that we do at Dot and Katie manages to get on our calendars is we do things like virtual happy hours where we just book like 30 minutes on Zoom and have some wine together. We'll have coffee dates, or we've done a yoga class together on Zoom, which was really fun. So I think just trickling in some things where you're not talking about work, you're talking about things that you're doing that weekend, or where you want to travel, or what reality TV show you're addicted to these days.
We do
just
talk
really
a
fun.
lot about reality TV.
Yeah.
But people will often say, when you're kind of thinking of that corporate, oh, I like to be social, but like, I'm not social being a client account manager. I'm actually super social. I'm talking to clients all day. I'm moving projects. I'm, internally with Dot, and then having like coffee dates and happy hours and yoga. Maybe I'll do a bar class next, who knows? But there's so many great ways to be social, and it's not like you're isolated working from home. It's definitely a really great vibe being part of Dot & Company, because we do put a lot of effort into this superstar cam culture.
So I think to showcase this, when we're working with agencies, a big thing that we're keeping in mind is that our team is going to be happy working with the agencies. So we're talking about creating this really great culture at Dot, but our cams go on and work with agencies. So we want to make sure that we have this really tight knit community of people who are the same vibes as us, but also when agencies come to us to work with us, a huge part of kind of our sales process is making sure that those agencies fit the Dot culture as well. So definitely you can create a culture, but it all comes down to what your values are as a team and where you want the team to go, and just making sure that that's aligned kind of across the board.
And I actually think that's a really great point, because it for sure helps when Carly's recruiting agencies for client account managers and knowing the fit. Like, if we know somebody's kind of personality and their extracurriculars and their hobbies and their interests, that actually goes a long way when we're finding that perfect fit. And then they're going to be so much happier on both ends, agency and client account manager. It's really good to get to know somebody on a professional level, but this sort of personal level also really helps thread the needle, so they say. But it just gives us a better insight on what our cams like and their interests, and that's when the community vibe really works well for everybody.
Well, I hope that you can take a little tip or trick into your agency to build up your culture, create a really great superstar team culture as well. And of course, if you have any questions, definitely reach out. We'd be happy to help you out.
For sure. More on our website, and you will hear from us soon.
Cheers to happy clients.